Kobe Bryant got punched in the face at Madison Square Garden.
Fight breaks out between Kobe Bryant and Chris Childs. Chris Childs punched him.
Not by Shaq, not by Jordan, but by Chris Childs, a veteran who shocked the NBA. For Kobe haters, it was perfect. The cocky kid they could not stand finally got humbled. Here's the story of the rivalry that made Kobe hated. Why did so many people hate Kobe Bryant in the year 2000? He was 21 years old, insanely talented, and already acting like he ran the league. He took shots whenever he wanted. He stared down veterans twice his age. He carried himself like he was already the next Jordan. Lakers fans loved it, but outside Los Angeles, Kobe haters were everywhere. Commentators called him selfish. Writers said he was arrogant. Fans booed him in arenas across the country. By then, he was not just a rising star, he was a target. Opposing players whispered that he did not respect the game. Media outlets accused him of being obsessed with taking Shaq's spotlight. Even Charles Barkley questioned if Kobe's ego would destroy the Lakers. And nowhere was the hate louder than New York City. Knicks fans despised his swagger. They called him a Jordan clone who had not earned the right to act like a legend. Every time he touched the ball at Madison Square Garden, the boos rained down like thunder. They did not just want him to miss shots, they wanted him embarrassed, they wanted him broken. Chris Childs was the perfect man for that. Not a star, not flashy, but tough, physical, and proud. A veteran who never backed down from anybody. And when the Lakers rolled into MSG on the 2nd of April 2000, the stage was set. The crowd was not just watching basketball, they were waiting for Kobe to get humbled. They wanted blood. And they were about to get it. How do you shut down a cocky young superstar? You make him uncomfortable, and that is exactly what Chris Childs did. From the very first possession, it was rough. Kobe attacked like usual, looking to score early, but Childs stayed glued to him. Every drive was met with a hard body. Every cut was met with a shove. Hand checks, elbows, little fouls the refs swallowed. The Garden crowd fed off it like fuel. They booed Kobe's every move. They cheered every time Childs bumped him, and when Kobe missed, the place exploded like it was a Knicks fast break dunk. On the broadcast, Marv Albert and Mike Fratello called out the growing tension.
Now Childs for three. Well, they hang on the edge of contention here.
You could hear it in their voices. Even the commentators could feel this was different, almost like the game itself was about to boil over. And MSG made sure Kobe felt it. Fans screamed insults from the front row. Some mocked him for copying Jordan's moves. Others yelled that he was selfish, overrated, not ready for greatness. A few even shouted that he would never win a ring without Shaq. Some fans waved their arms wildly, taunting him after every miss, while others chanted his name in mockery just to get under his skin. It was pure hate, and it poured down on him with every possession. The noise felt endless, a wall of hostility aimed at one player. Kobe smirked, pretending he was not bothered, but the boos only grew louder. The pressure kept rising, the Garden smelled blood, and the boiling point was coming fast. What happens when two players refuse to back down? Kobe and Childs tangled up near midcourt. They spun around, face to face, forehead to forehead. The Garden rose to its feet. Tens of thousands held their breath. Everyone knew something was coming. Childs leaned in with a headbutt. Kobe lifted his arm. And then it happened. 2 punches. Chris Childs drilled Kobe in the face. The crowd lost its mind. Fans screamed like the Knicks had just won a championship.
Chris Childs.
Some were on their feet, pointing, laughing, celebrating every second of it. Commentators shouted in disbelief, their voices nearly drowned out by the roar inside MSG.
Now Ewing is joined with Shaq.
The replay showed it clear as day. Slow motion angles caught every connection. Childs smirked as Kobe staggered back. Kobe tried to swing, but he was swarmed instantly. Refs jumped in, teammates shoved each other. Chaos filled the court. Benches stood up, players shouted, and for a moment it looked like the entire arena might spill onto the floor. Both players were tossed from the game, and as Kobe walked off, the boos poured down.
Help the best they can, but the assistant coaches...
Fans mocked him, jeering like they had finally gotten their revenge on the cocky kid. Some waved goodbye, others screamed insults, and the noise shook the building like a playoff win. The Garden was pure electricity, fueled by hate. And for Kobe haters, this was the moment they had been waiting for. Not a dunk, not a championship. Just Kobe Bryant, punched in the face and humiliated in New York City. Why did this fight blow up so big? Because to the haters, it was proof. The NBA suspended Chris Childs for 2 games. Kobe got one, but the suspensions did not matter. The replay did. SportsCenter ran the fight on a loop. Every hour, the same clip of Childs landing punches. Talk radio clowned Kobe all week, callers laughing about how the so-called future of the league got dropped in New York. Writers piled on too. They said Kobe had it coming, that he was arrogant, that he thought he was bigger than the game. National columnists wrote that he lacked respect and maturity, and radio hosts openly questioned if he would ever be a real leader. And the fans made it worse. Knicks fans treated the fight like it was a finals win. Some even said it was the loudest Madison Square Garden had been all season. Online forums lit up with jokes about the two-piece combo. Memes of clothes with Kobe's face spread through early message boards. Even rival fans from cities that had nothing to do with the game piled on, using it to fuel their hate. Haters called it the highlight of the Knicks' year, a better memory than anything they did in the playoffs. It was open season on Kobe Bryant. Every channel, every newspaper, every fan conversation turned the fight into ammunition, and the media handed his haters exactly what they wanted. But the storm was only just beginning. What happens when the media smells blood? They attack. The New York press shredded Kobe. Articles painted him as selfish and obsessed with chasing Michael Jordan's shadow. Writers mocked his attitude and claimed he thought he was bigger than the game. Some even said the fight was karma for his arrogance. Analysts on television ripped into his game. They said he forced bad shots, ignored the flow of the offense, and played like he had something to prove instead of trusting his team. Commentators piled on during highlight shows, almost laughing as the clip rolled. They treated it like comedy instead of basketball. Late-night talk shows even slipped in punchlines at Kobe's expense, turning the fight into a cultural joke, not just a sports headline. And MSG fans? They did not just boo him, they laughed. They celebrated like Chris Childs had won the finals. Every time the replay hit the big screen, the crowd roared even louder, almost begging to see it again and again. To them, it was not just a fight. It was proof that Kobe could be broken. The clip became a weapon. Whenever Kobe had a bad shooting night, haters pulled it out. Whenever people compared him to Jordan, the fight got replayed. Even years later, on forums and highlight reels, the punches resurfaced. Fans and media used it as the symbol of his arrogance. For his supporters, it felt cruel. For his haters, it was ammunition they never let go, and Kobe could never fully escape it. So what did it all really mean? For Chris Childs, this was it. His career highlight. Not his stats, not his playoff runs. This moment defined him. The guy who punched Kobe Bryant in Madison Square Garden. And the crazy part, haters celebrated him for it. Knicks fans treated Childs like a hero. Even years later, whenever Kobe played in New York, the fight would get replayed on the Garden's Jumbotron, as if it was a banner hanging from the rafters. Fans joked that Childs' two punches were more valuable than half the Knicks roster. It was cruel, but it showed how much people loved seeing Kobe humbled. For Kobe, it was different. This was a scar, but it was also fuel, because just weeks later, he was holding his first NBA championship trophy alongside Shaq. And then he kept going. 3 straight rings from 2000 to 2002, 2 more in 2009 and 2010. Every time he climbed that podium, Kobe fans saw redemption. But the haters never stopped bringing up Childs. They kept replaying that clip, posting it, mocking him. They used it to try to discredit everything else he achieved. But here is the truth. Childs gave the haters 2 punches. Kobe gave them 5 championships. That is what they do not talk about. They remember the fight, they forget the greatness, and that is why this rivalry still matters. Why does this moment still matter? Because it showed just how divided Kobe Bryant was. Loved by his fans, admired by some, despised by others. Cocky, arrogant, brilliant, polarizing, he was all of it at once. For haters, this fight was the moment they loved to bring up. The night Kobe got rocked in Madison Square Garden. They laughed in barbershops. They joked online. And whenever his name came up, haters said, "Remember when Chris Childs punched him?" It became ammunition. Proof, to them, that Kobe was not untouchable. Proof that the cocky kid could be humbled. They pulled it out whenever he stumbled. But for his fans, it was the opposite. They saw it as proof of his resilience, that even when the hate poured in, he kept going. Moments like this didn't break him, they built him. The more people mocked Kobe, the more determined he became to rise higher. And that is why this moment lives forever. Not because of the punches, but because it captured everything Kobe was: the love, the hate, the obsession, the fire. Chris Childs will always be remembered as the guy who punched Kobe Bryant. And Kobe will always be remembered as one of the greatest But inside that greatness is this moment. The rivalry that made him hated. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe as we put out videos like these every week. Let us know what you thought about this video in the comments and what video you would like to see next.